You have 58 hours. If at the end of that time you have failed to supply the required information, the boy will be destroyed.
Top scientists and brass from the armed forces confer on the emergency. One by one, they are trapped and microscopic transistors implanted in their brains.
Each one of us must submit to a physical examination by Dr. Bannerman.
May one ask why?
Because at least two of us here, and maybe more, have one of these surgically embedded in their skulls. Which means...
Welcome back, my fellow agents. It is I, X7, your agent of awesome, and also the host of Xenorama, the podcast of heroes and monsters. Today we are going to be talking about the 1957 near classic, The Invisible Boy, which stars a lot of one familiar face anyway, but two, Robbie the Robot, because everyone knows who Robbie is. He's been in a lot of movies and shows. But before we get too much further into it, you know what to do. Like, share, subscribe, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about this movie. Do you like it? Did you hate it? And just, or were you middling with it? But if you're ready, let's get on with the show. So here's our title card, and this lovely print came from the Blu-ray of. It was a bonus for the Blu-ray of The Forbidden Planet, the one released by. I don't know who this is released by. Warner Brothers. I have triple dipped here because I had the DVD and now this one, and I am getting the deluxe edition from Arrow Video because they just can't stop taking my money. It's my issue. Well, it's their issue for making such great product. Thank you, Arrow. I really appreciate it. And you deserve my money. So The Invisible Boy. It's Robbie the Robot gets his own credit. Directed by Herman Hoffman. That I don't know much about, really. Let's take a peek here. The movie itself was released in October of 1957. It runs 90 minutes. The budget was $384,000. Box office was $840,000, making it a nice success. I'm surprised that it took him 3 years to get another movie with Robbie the Robot out in it because he was really popular. Let's see, Herman Hoffman. Is he even? He is not highlighted, so I can't tell you what else he's done. Music was by Les Baxter, who did the music for Alakazam the Great. Distributed by Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer, and it was, I don't know what else there. It's pretty good. Stoneman Institute of Mathematics. There they are. They're underground. 9 levels underground. That's their backups. And there is the supercomputer. It's funny to think that, the average, or my current phone has 256 megabytes, kilobytes. I don't know. It's got a lot of memory in it, and it's probably as much as that computer does because they're using punch cards, the old punch card routine. So they want to get this rocket into space, a rocket onto the space platform, so they can. They're worried about the other side. The computer does talk. Let's see. The voice of the computer was done by Alfred Linder. And he does a good job. It's enhanced a bit, like Robbie's is, which is back to Marvin Miller, of course, and Frankie Darro inside, who was also inside for the Forbidden Planet. But he's like, no, it can't really talk, but it can simulate. And they want to get that up there, and this guy is sure that the other side will attack if they find out beforehand. They're worried about their stealing. And here we introduce the titular Invisible Boy, Timmy Marino. That's his father, Philip Abbott, as Dr. Tom Marino. Timmy, of course, is played by Richard Ayer, one of the two, who was the genie in Seven Voyages of Sinbad. So we've seen him before, same year even. In fact, this actually came out right around the same time. Timmy is your typical 1950s, late 1950s boy. Leave it to Beaver. Gosh and gollies and geez and gee whiz, nobody will let me do what I want. But, overall, he's a good kid. He's just a kid. And he's got milk and he's slurping his soup. And then he asks his dad about the computer, and his dad goes on. And even this movie could have been cut by 5 minutes for some of the scientific gobbledygook that they went on about. See? But his dad uses the word hence, so that's why that one got in there. That's for you there, Lilith. And he wants to catch Timmy when he catch him tied to it. He wants to catch the bully tied to a tree. Sydney is the boy's name. Timmy's got some anger issues here, but he's got to do some mathematics. And Dad doesn't like him playing the piano, but they love each other. They do. The whole family, the atomic family. They're not the atomic family because there's not 2.5 kids, but there it is. So he's talking to the computer about his son and wants to see if he can get him to help him get him focus. And so Timmy goes in there, he hypnotizes him and teaches him how to play chess. And he beats his dad in 6 moves. So now he's kind of a genius. Dad's all excited, and they talk about the robot, which came because Dr. Greenhill built a time machine, went to the future, and brought a damaged robot back. Now, if we've learned anything about time travel, you don't bring robots from the future back. You just don't do it. But they couldn't get him to work, so he's just sitting there. But there they are. There's Robbie. I guess that's from... Oh, look at that. Does that look like a certain vehicle from... I wonder how far into the future he went. This might be an actual... Well, especially if he got him after he got back from the Forbidden Planet. One of my favorites. We will get there, promise. And he fixes them. He had he reversed the polarity. Literally turned his capacitor. They had it in upside down, and Timmy turned it over. Yep. And none of the scientists are impressed. I'm proud of you. Even their switchboard operator there is like, oh, good. Mom is like, yeah, get out of here. Forget what your dad did to your Christmas train? Dun, dun, dun. So he's flying. He builds this new kite. And, of course, Dinklebrain, Timmy, wants to get up because it raised him up there. But he won't do it because of the 3 laws of robotics, which they don't say, but is built in basic directive, his prime directive, if you will. And his transistor will be fused. This is Robbie. This is literally Robbie. But he's honored to meet them. And guess what? They take over, and the computer has put a new basic directive into Robbie. Uh-oh. We can all tell what's going to happen here. So Timmy's out there flying on the kite. He's not just flying a kite. He is the kite. Mom is having a conniption fit. He's like, I'm fine. And she wallops him one on the backside. Apparently, Mom's got a good backswing. Wait till your father gets home. And he turns himself invisible. My basic directive has been revised. There he goes. But he's got a flask of reagent. This actually works right through his clothing, so he doesn't have to run around naked throughout the whole movie like the Invisible Man, the Invisible Woman in the movies. Reed Richards, of course, conceived of the wonderful, unstable molecules that everyone in Marvel Universe uses before nanotechnology was a thing. So they're there, and he's playing tricks on him. And there's Sydney the bully who gets whacked a couple times and then runs away because of ghosts. Now they're worried Timmy's late for dinner. Good job, Timmy. And there he found him. His hair isn't combed. And they're worried about him being transparent. These are scientists. His mom must be a scientist of some kind because she's not fazed by much. Unfortunately, Timmy, they don't keep track of him or paint him, which is what you do with invisible people. You paint them so you know where they are. Just ask Johnny Quest. And Timmy's in there. Oh, and he gets a lick in there. I'm sorry, Dad. Then he's like, he's got an ear communicator. He's got an earbud. 1957 earbud. Yeah. The operating lights are on. Circuit settings are no longer... Uh-oh, the computer is self-aware. That's Vandergrift. Get my home, please. They can't find Timmy. 58 hours because the computer has taken over Robbie and also taken away the kid. And look at who that is. That's the guy that knows how to make a monster. I think that's Robert J. Harris. Yes, he's excellent, of course. He's so good in How to Make a Monster. Just elevated that movie so much, and he's still really good. So there you go. I wasn't supposed to go back there. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So there's where the secret, there's a code that the computer wants so it can override, it won't be overridden or destroyed, but only the Dr. Marino knows it. And that is, I want to say Dr. Foster? Yes, I'm guessing. With his bow tie on. I keep thinking of Bill Nye because he kind of acts like him. Uh-oh. And now, before we find out what's going on, it's time for station identification. You are watching Xenorama, the podcast of heroes and monsters on KXNO, part of the Xenorama Broadcasting Network. We now return you to our regularly scheduled program. The radar is always scanning. So, but unfortunately, the the computer is inserting microchips into people. Wow, this is very. This movie gets scarier. I might have to revise my rating. They're real difficult, and now they're telling him it's the inventor. But these two they've been microchipped. Unfortunately, the colonel here has been microchipped, but he fights against it so hard that he dies. And there's our doctor, putting up that rocket tomorrow because they want to get the robot up there. Now there's Martin, and he provides the voice of the computer. That's Alfred Linder again. He's like, there's a waiting fresh pot in the kitchen. And now Dr. Marino, Tom and Timmy, and that's Mary Marino. Oh, geez, Mary Marino. She didn't know she was going to marry a Marino. Mary married a Marino and turned into Mary Marino. Don't ask me to say that again. Punch cards, he's figured it out and realizes the computer has been self-aware a lot longer than he's thought. And they find it, this little bitty microchip there. And that's why he died. So Dr. Tom there decides he's going to chain Robbie up. I don't know what he's thinking. Robbie's about to smash him, but doesn't. Uh-oh. Interesting. And he knows of Timmy. And this is where we saw that Dr. Bannerman, and even more powerful. And controlled assistance, so his resistance is irrational. It's not logic. It's patently not logical. You could whistle. I said that once to my stepfather and regretted it. Robbie gets on board, and there, look at this shot. I love this shot of the rocket there. That looks like it might be a bit of forced perspective. It doesn't look like a matte line there now, does it? So it's excellent. Timmy wants to go home because he was probably hungry. And Robbie says he's on his way, and he's turning visible. So he's been out of the movie for a good third of it, after they caught him, which is not the worst thing in the world. I mean, he's an appealing actor, but Timmy is a little precocious and needs, take him out. So they arrest this guy, but the general's been taken into custody. Robbie can't be stopped. They cheat here. They don't show Robbie tearing through the fence. He's just on the other side. Pew, pew, pew. Another great shot. See, hard to tell. That's really well done. And that's Robbie being menacing. You didn't think that was possible. And there you go. I'm more and more certain that's forced perspective because I think those are real trucks too. Bunch of kablamming and fighting. A firefight breaks out, literally. And then he disappears and appears there. Up he goes. And boy, look, he's even dressed like Beaver. That was just the style at the time, I'm sure. Run, it's about to blast off. There's the missiles we see in tons of Japanese movies as well. I wonder if they're Frontier missiles. But he takes off, and he reverses the polarity on the missiles and apparently blows the crap out of everyone on the floor. Your son is completely in my hands. And he's got Mary there, so they can watch him torture his kid. And, of course, old Timmy appeals to Robbie's unprogrammed nature. And what happened? The big computer shuts down, the evil computer. The MPs show up, and Robbie's damaged internally, but his original basic directive, has been reinstated, the 3 laws. So he's let him up, he's bouncing around, and they say, we're going to come down in the glider, and he says, you stay up there for a year, or he's going to be licking he'll remember for the rest of his life. I don't remember that, but yeah, if I do it, I get a licking. So he wants him to lie to his dad. But he got down. Everyone's happy. The Dr. Dr. Banner. I wonder if he had a son studied gamma radiation. So he's going to destroy the computer, and it's still self-aware. It hypnotizes these two. He wants Robbie to destroy them, and he's going to destroy all organic life in the universe. This computer is the ultimate. Maybe he's an Ultron. Now, it would not surprise me if Roy Thomas saw this movie one bit. But Robbie is not under the the computer's control. And Mary's, you're going to rebuild it? Yeah. But unfortunately, somebody needs a discipline. And he's about to wallop old Timmy, rightfully. Well, not rightfully, but, he needs some punishment. But Robbie says his basic directive won't let organic life come to harm. Have an apple, Timmy. And he gives Robbie an apple. And that's the end. Everyone's laughing. Ah, ha, ha. I liked it. I give it 4. I actually think it probably deserves 4.5 now. After I think about how actually sinister that damn computer was. I've also learned not to use a red background for these NOQ ratings. But if you're ready, good evening. And Nolet says, welcome to the drive-in theater, but we'll be leaving now.
We know you by a map.
I'll tell you what, I probably should have started with that because I didn't realize it was the English version of the Ultra 7, the original English version of the Ultra 7 theme. Be that as it may, that was our episode today. Tomorrow we will be reviewing issues 3 and 4 of Sentai from Antarctic Press from the 90s. I've already got the pages done, so it'll be fun. The letters pages are just wonderful. I just love them so much. Worth it. They're almost worth it, just the magazine alone. But until that next assignment, my fellow agents, this is X7 signing off and phasing out. And remember, it's never a good idea to bring a robot back from the future. Be seeing you.
銃剣に相対する2つの流派あり、1つ正義の銃剣激銃剣ビーストアーツ、1つ邪悪な銃剣臨銃剣悪型。今戦いが始まる。新番組銃剣戦隊激レンジャー。修行その1。